Hello, everybody. I'm Dani. Nice to meet you. Today, we're talking about the books that I've read in the month of April. It's been a weird month reading wise because I attended my first book club meeting. Basically, I subscribed to this book club in my boyfriend's home. No, in my boyfriend's town, which is also the town I work into. So I went and it was amazing. We read a book. Actually, there's a woman that select two books for the month. You can read only one. You can read two, and at the end of the month, you just meet to talk about books. And it was such an amazing night. The one that we spent together, it was just six of us. We are actually 28. But I've read a great book. Also, the week I finished this book, which is going to be the first one I'm going to talk about in a minute. I also finished a lot of other things, um, to then ending up by not reading for an entire week. But this is a whole other situation. It's been quite stressful life lately, but because of brain that's not braining well. I must say that most of the books that I'm going to show you today are Italian. Some may have a translation, some may not. The first book that I'm talking about is La Mala Carne, that you're going to see here because I read it for the book club on my Kobo. And it's by Beatrice Salvioli. And the first book of this sort of series has been translated as The Cursed Friend, and it's about the best friend of the main character of the second one, which is the book that I read. In this book, La Mala Carne, we follow Francesca, which is a 16-year-old girl of Monza, near Milan. She runs away from her dad's house because she discovered that he has never sent the letters she wrote to her friend who got uh, who were who was put into an asylum because she said that she killed a man with words. And so Francesca is like, he lied to me and I miss my friend so much. And if he lied to me about this, how many things has he lied about? We're in Italy during fascism. So we follow Francesca growing up, um, with her friend in the asylum, with another friend which is in the military, basically, has more as a how to say that. Well, he works in an office because he can't go to war, but then the war starts, and so there are a lot of things that are happening in Italy in Francesca's life, and it's a story about love. It's a story about friendship. It's a story about values, morals, and women um, during both fascism, which was not that now it's going so better, but fascism was strongly patriarchal as a society, as a philosophy, I would say, which is not. But you can see the strength of women and resistance on a bigger scale, I would say. Although, like, the story takes place in a town. It's an amazing story. I give it a 4 or 5 stars only because, like, I would have appreciated a bit more details about one specific section, which was near the end of the book. But it's a book about many things that are awful. It's based on true events. Uh, of course, it mentions stuff that are pretty, like, triggering. So it's up to you. Since the first volume has been translated, which I haven't read, but it's a whole other situation. Um, I hope this one a get a translation to. The writer is young, for what I know, because the book club has read also her first book, and they met someone in the book club met the author, and they were like very fascinated by the fact that she was so young but talking about so many important things in great books. Second book I finished was, let me see. Well, no, I think it was actually the first book that I finished was La Belgica Volume 1, Volume 2 by Tony Bruno. This is the second volume of the duology, this graphic novel in two volumes, which is based on the first journey to Antarctica. And in this one, we still follow the journey, but we also see another side of that period, that historical period. So the fighting for women's rights, especially women's that work in Belgium, because I think La Belgica, so like the ship which went to Antarctica, was from Belgium. I'm not sure, but I give it a 4 out of 5 stars. I think I prefer this one, this volume, to the first one. I'm not sure, but I actually like the whole story, and I still appreciate when authors try to explain how they put up the whole story. Sadly, I think this duology haven't been translated at all, which hasn't been translated. I'm sorry, which is a shame. I hope they do. Then I finished you're my no How I Met My Soulmate, Volume 5 by Anna Shin. This is a manga. This is a shoujo. I think it's a shoujo. It's about Yuki searching for the love of her life and meeting Yori, who is willing to help her. And there are many things happening. It's lovely, but as much as I love this volume, I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. um, I really want to keep on going. The translation, the Italian translation, has been made by 7 volumes. We are still not to the eighth. The seventh has just come out, so I bought that and read this one. So I'm like trying not to read every volume I have, because I'm like, what if I have to wait for like a whole other year for the translation of the next volume? Anyway, um, I'm starting to hate one of the characters because I don't like love triangles. So I'm like, keep yourself out of their business. Like, go away. Another girl on Threads told me, no, I'm starting to hate another character because I'm like, you're too perfect. Okay, stop. That was too good. I really like it. I love this series. I've read another Italian book, which is called Romeo and Giulietta 1949, by Francesco Guccini. He used to be a singer songwriter, but he has turned into a writer many years ago. He's from Modena, which is the province I'm from. So he wrote this story, which is it's a really brief story about this young boy that have to spend 2 weeks into my hometown, um, which is in it's not countryside because it was the center of the city, but we are in a valley. Basically, I think you can say a valley, yes. Um, because he's used to spend the time on the mountains, like between Modena and Bologna. But his mother is like, no, spend some time with your haunts, and so he had to spend 2 weeks with his haunts in Carpi, which is my town. Um, it was nice. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars because it was very short. It was like 100 pages, but like with a huge font. And it was nice for me to see things about my hometown right after World War II. I still wish I could have like known more about some characters like the aunts, and it was a nice story overall. This author now doesn't live here anymore. He based this story on his memories, which is a great thing. I have read another story, but it was like a sort of noir story, and I liked it. Um, I'm going to read more. Uh, I've been borrowing this book from the woman who built the book club. So that was a nice gesture because she gave this book to me like right after we met. She was like, "Read it, don't worry, read it, you'll give it back to me." Love it. Okay. Then I finished Count Five to Dream of You by Machiko Kiyo, which is a manga that has been published in Japanese but then translated only in Italian, which is super cool. But also, why? Like, this is so weird. Anyway, this is a story. Well, these are like the stories basically of these five girls that are very young. They're 16, which up till 2022 in Japan was like the age to become legal, basically. And they are part of a group of idols. So be- to become an idol, you have to leave behind you something, even just a part of your personality, but you have to say goodbye to something. So these stories are actually about what um, they left behind before becoming not just part of the group. They were already part of the group, but for becoming even more successful than what they already are. It was nice. I give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars because these could have been longer, like a 2 volumes or longer stories. Okay, I liked it. There's some magical realism, yeah, like in any Japanese story, which I'm starting to kind of enjoy also because for Japanese authors it's very natural. Um, but it was short. It was short. Give me more. I'm currently reading an autobiography. This is the Italian cover and title is called Stanotte guardiamo le stelle by Ali Esani. I guess this is how you pronounce it. It basically tells the story of Ali that came to Italy in 2003, if I'm not mistaken. I'm searching for him. Wait a second. And it's the story of how he got here and how many things he had to say goodbye to because of war. I'm enjoying it, but it's taken me so long to reading because I had a bit of an hard time, so I'm not finding it. Sad. Apparently, there's not a translation. So sad. I think stories like these should deserve a translation because I think reading this type of stories makes you way more empathic towards people. And I said it also to my colleague like yesterday. I think the those who have the power in our society really wants everybody to be met at each other basically, and the first victim of this situation are immigrants, basically, I think, or poor people, for example. And that's awful. Anyway, this is all I've read. I haven't read much, but it's okay. I already finished a manga volume this month. I'm going to bring with me on my trip to London my Kobo, because I have to read the book for this month's meeting for the book club, you know. But as I was saying, I'm going to London next week. This is the first time I'm going to fly, and this is also the first time that I'm going to England. Second time I'm going abroad. I'm super excited about that. I'm going with my boyfriend, and I think I'm going to come back home with a lot of books. I'm trying not to, because I have to like keep my baggage under a certain weight, but you know me. So we'll see each other in 2 weeks. I'm scared of, but we see each other, and I hope to bring you good news, like new books, for example. Enjoy your reads, and let's see soon. Bye. Let's see each other soon. Bye.